Good day, fellas. I hope you are ready for your daily dose of skill, and today we are going to play with a pretty much brand new tank, Jäger. Second time this week. Skill, what is wrong with you? Listen, I was expecting way too much from this tank. Let's start from the first things first. For me, most favorited builds for me is low noise exhaust system, rammer and optics. This is for open maps, for city maps, turbo, rammer and optics. I really want to give this information out of the way, and obviously remember you can check out equipment setups in the index page and crew setups in the index page and so on. Listen, and first I thought maybe it's me not being able to play with this vehicle okay-ish or something. I do not know. When I had my first impressions of this tank, I thought, maybe it's a session, maybe something else, I do not really know. Maybe I need some time to make this tank work and whatnot. Listen, fellas, I have 50 games with this tank. I tried to master this vehicle to the best of my abilities. I played with it and I noticed that this tank is flexible as a rock in the swimming competition. Skill, what do you mean by saying this? Well, I mean it has only gun, and even then there is some games when you cannot hit a single shot with this vehicle. This is very important thing to highlight and just to give it away, right? Listen, if you ever thought purchasing loot boxes to get this tank because you need it, you don't. Believe me, you don't. It is such a specific tank in the world of tanks, and it is not that great. Let's talk about the good things about this tank. Gun. Okay, whenever we are done talking with the good things, let's talk about the bad things. Speed isn't that great by any shape or any form. We just need to highlight this. After that, camo rating stinks. You need to have a low noise exhaust system in order to feel somehow decent with a camo rating with this vehicle. I want to highlight that camo is worse than a Waffle Tier 9, and Waffle Tier 9 doesn't have the best camo ever. Now, ability to snapshot is horrible. You cannot snapshot with this vehicle. You just simply cannot. If you will try, more likely you are going to miss the shot, so you need to aim properly. Armor, there is no armor. Fully rotatable turret, there is no rotatable turret. In other words, what I'm trying to say this tank is far away from being decent, apart the moments whenever you can actually snipe from the back, as we just did, right? Luckily for us, we managed to get some free shots left, right and center. By the way, have I mentioned DPM yet? No. Well, DPM of this tank is horrible as well. So yeah, all of those things combined, I really wanted to give you revived review about this. It would be I think it would be unfair from my side not to do so, right? Because I thought, okay, it might be playable tank and whatnot and everything would be alright, but as you can see, it's just not the case. Also, I checked out most of the players who are playing with this tank out of curiosity. You know, I thought maybe I am the bad dancer and whatnot. And I noticed that most of the players played obviously sub 2000 damage, and even great players, as I am speaking about the fluffy super unicorns, they are not getting 3000 DPG, which, let's say, if we are speaking about the top quality players, they are getting up to 4000, up to 5000 with the tier 9s or good tier 9s. So it's just showing that it is not the most flexible tank in the game, right? And once again, I really want to highlight this to save money of yours, you know? If you... Oh, yes. It's okay. The Leopata spotted me. Not much what I can change about this, right? Unless you don't care what you are doing with your money and you want to throw it to the trash bin, then, you know, it is fine. But where the tank goes, it is just lackluster. It doesn't have absolutely anything to offer, and it is bunch of nothing. Although, whenever you are looking into the paper, it might look, wait a second, it's kind of Speedy Gonzalez. It should be able to hit every single shot. It is able to relocate. It is able, oh, -7 gun depression. But you see, it's just lackluster, right? And I really want to make the update video about this tank. And as you can see, I'm not trying to play bad on purpose by any shape or any form over there. I'm trying to do my best, and I'm trying to be as successful as I physically and possibly can in this situation. That's what I am trying to do. So far, we got 2000 damage with me practicing with this tank for a couple of days and just trying to learn how to play with this tank. One more thing, whenever I was trying to go for spotting, right? Because if the tank has camo, there is a big chance that I will go to spot for my team, right? I believe that's fair and that is completely fine, even with the tank destroyers. As an example, E25, you know? I would go with E25 in the front lines and I would have a great time while spotting for our team, or even Udes, or even Esterva tier 9, doesn't really matter, right? I think that is a very, very important thing to highlight. At least that's what I would say. At least this is what I would say. Okay, our team is winning this game. Hip hip hooray. What we can do now? There is a Conqueror and there is Baza. How we could get a bit more use of all of this? This is the question, fellas. Can we get some more use? And in this situation, you know, this is not that bad as it could be. The worst situation for this tank is when you cannot play aggressively because, let's say, I don't know, you are playing against the tier 10s, right? Or even you are playing against the tier 9s, but you cannot play aggressively. And it happened to be that enemies doesn't make any mistakes whatsoever towards your team, right? Your team is pushing in front, they are dying, and after that they are going towards you with a 14-1 score or something. Or alternatively, your team is so strong, they are pushing in front and they are banging literally everyone on the way, right? In those two situations, it is extremely hard to play with this tank. And once again, maybe if you do not care about how you play the game or what kind of score, that's unfair. If you don't care what kind of score you have, then it is kind of chill tank, you know? You sit in the back and even though you cannot get that much use, you are just sitting in the back and you are chilling, right? If you care about your score and let's say you have some sort of average values which you would like to get from one or another tank, right? This tank is going to be extremely hard tank to maintain. This tank is going to be extremely hard tank to maintain the values like so, I'm telling you. It is going to be brutal. Meanwhile, all we need to do here, we need to make a bit of pressure and hopefully we can get extra shot. And once again, this is me trying to play the game well. I am focusing on the game and I think I am doing everything all right, you know? At least I would not complain about this type of gameplay or this type of situation. Now, maybe we can still find this Conqueror. Obviously, I hope our team won't cap the base, but to be completely honest with you, there is a big chance that T-54 Heavy will go like this, Liz will go like this, and it's going to be game over. But look at this. Our team is making a decision to go for that last mother trucker. By the way, this score, believe me or not, it is a great score for this tank. Usually on the tier 9s, I would say, well, 3000, it's not bad, could be significantly better, but it is okay, we will survive. With this tank, I felt like I was happy whenever I have 3000. Skill, would you do this? Fellas, what kind of question is this? What kind of question this is, huh? What kind of question this is? Would I do what? Would I do what? Sure, That was fun, fellas. That was fun. Here we go. We are back. We lost some We lost some of the mark of excellence. Excuse me, expectation values raised up again. Interesting. Okay. Anyways, this game, 3.1 thousand damage, that's great. 100 assisting damage, not bad. We are 6th by experience. We are 2nd by the damage, and I'm feeling great with the score. Now, let's talk about it. Checking average performance of the tank. I have played 72 battles with this vehicle. I barely scratched 2.5 thousand damage surface. I cannot spot, I cannot do damage. I am feeling like I am the most unflexible mother trucker. But truth to be told, gameplay-wise, what was the gameplay which gave the most use for me is just to be patient. spotting or going in front with this tank, pretty much 90% of the cases I finish it with 0. I got out spotted and all I could hear is dugsh, 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 dugsh. I was just simply taking one for the team. So what you need to do, you need to take the red line and you need to sit there and you need to hope for the best. To have a good spotter, to have bad enemies, and you are just hoping for the best and you are crossing your fingers to just hold your values for marks or for whatever you are playing, right? Because otherwise this is a problem. Okay, let's talk this map. So in this situation, fellas, whenever you are having the Himmelsdorf field, also please pay attention at matchmaking. You are playing with very, very, very let's say, I would not call it average. I would call it you are playing with a bad tank. You do not really have DPM, you do not have camo, you do not have anything, right? But that's not the point. The point is, you are being matched against the tortoises. And what tortoise can do? They can go in front and they can slap literally everyone in the face. Meanwhile, unfortunately for you, you cannot do that, right? Whoops. You cannot do that, even though you are looking like a sister of the chair footer. And with a chair footer, you can do significantly more things. Meanwhile, as you can see, our goal over there is just to try to snipe from the back over there, right? That's the whole plan, that's the whole idea, and I'm just trying to be annoying mother trucker. And now here the gun goes. Gun looks okay, fellas. I would never, ever, ever in my life call this gun, oh, that is a bad gun, fellas. You cannot hit absolutely anything. No, I disagree. I think the gun of this tank is actually very decent, and maybe decent is a wrong term to describe this gun. Gun is amazing. Until it isn't. I had some situations, and I believe after this game I will show you one game where the gun just simply laughed at me whenever I'm aiming or I'm not aiming, and when you just simply cannot do anything. I think it is going to be very fair argument and very, very fair point. At least that's what I want to believe. Now, obviously this game we have 2 AFK tanks, which is not ideal, and I mean not ideal would be kind of underestimation if you would ask me. AFK tank, Mr. Jack Panzer, I do not know what you are doing. Maybe he's a bot. Wake up! No? How about you? Wake up! No. Well, that's just adding a bloody cherry on top of the cake, if you would ask me. That is rare that... Oh! Comrade, greetings, guten Morgen. I hope you are doing very, very well. You woke up, you are alive. He's alive, fellas, he's alive. Good, very, very nice. Okay, what do we want to do in this situation? We want to wait until someone will peek like this. That's what we want to do. I missed the shot because I did not pay attention for a moment, but you know what? I cannot complain about that. Our Progetto is going in front and he's changing his mind because he picked against the 4 guns, but you know what? It's only 4 guns. He's going to survive and he's going to be okay. Meanwhile, our Jack Panzer melted, which isn't ideal, but I think that's all we can do. And we have Grille here in the back. I mean, this is no bueno to pick, don't you think so? Leo is waiting and T-54 is waiting, plus on top of that I'm spotted. The situation is 3-6, definitely not ideal. What I can change about this, I mean, if I would look into this game, I can say it's not only the tank problem, it's kind of matchmaking problem that enemy team has such a great team, but it's okay. It doesn't really change absolutely anything. We need to figure out the ways how we can get involved and how we could get a bit more use, because this is only one way how we can survive this and how we can get anything, right? So let's try to build the proper angle and hopefully we will. Now, all I need to do, I need to sit here and I need to wait until someone will get spotted, and probably they will. Our 1-1 is trying to make pressure. Actually, he's side-scrapping around the corner. T-30 cannot make pressure just because 1-1B. That's okay, that is understandable. And you know what is the weirdest part of all of this? The hit points difference is not so crazy, and it's not so huge. In fact, looking into all of this, maybe we could even save this game. Who knows? I mean, I won't save this game. I am going to be annoying mother trucker who is holding the simply angle and who is trying to annoy enemies to the death if they are making a decision to get involved. That's what I am doing in this situation. Our Super Conqueror should be able to kill both of them over there. That's good. And we are simply waiting for it. You see the patience from my side? I am not getting involved whatsoever into this game. And I would love to say, oh yeah, fellas, we can get involved. We are going to make pressure and we are going to have a best time ever in our lives, and it is going to be a very, very enjoyable experience. No, I am sitting tight. I am just simply waiting until enemies will mess up. And whenever enemies are messing up, I am waving my hand and I'm saying hi. I believe this situation could be significantly better if the turret would be at least 180 degrees angle rotatable to one side, because currently, unfortunately, but you cannot rotate the turret properly. You know, the turret angle degrees is like what, like 20 degrees or 15 degrees to each angle. So yeah, it doesn't feel great. Plus one more thing to highlight, this tank is hot. Skill, what do you mean this tank is hot? Well, I mean, I burned quite sometimes with this vehicle, okay? And unfortunately, whenever you are even in the close combat like this, right, you need to figure out the way how you can get maximum use of all of this, right? Whenever you have not the greatest DPM, or your DPM is not the greatest, to say that the least, right? So it is another problem. In other words, fellas, I am not making this video just to make this tank to look bad. It's just a bad tank. And yes, this is exactly why I made this video, so you are going to save money. You made me to tell this. Okay, fellas, so we have 2.4 thousand damage. I'm super happy with this performance in this situation. Oh, my bananas. Oh, look at this. T57 heavy 9,000 damage. Now we know who carried the game. Good job indeed. Where the accuracy goes, I mean, this tank can hit, okay? Accuracy is alright of this vehicle. Profits also not that bad, considering you do not necessarily need to spam the gold. Average performance after 2 games is 2.7 thousand damage and pretty much 0 assisting damage, because you just simply cannot spot with this tank, right? You just simply cannot spot. Also, one more thing which I want to show, fellas, before I am going to show a bad battle with this tank, to show that even gun can troll you quite a bit. I want to show you one player, fellas. I want to show you one player. Where is the T44 lover? This is the gentleman which I want to show. Skill, why are you showing this, the sweaty tryhard? Listen, this sweaty tryhard can show what tanks can do overall, right? And if we are checking his super tester, by the way, if we are checking his performance with Leo Patai, this gentleman is playing for 4.7 thousand damage, absolutely glorious. If we are checking E75, 4.8 thousand damage, E50, 4.9 thousand damage, the same Jack Tiger, 4.3 thousand, Waffle, 4.1 thousand, and the KJPZ 3.2 thousand, which is not the greatest tank, you know. And now pay attention at this, Jäger 3.2 thousand, which is for the Unicum standards, it is kind of low, you know, when we are speaking of the caliber player like this, who is just doing 4,000s without an eye of the blink, you know, with the tanks. This is what I am highlighting, and this is what I want to say. Even Object 432, which is known for being pile of kaku, he's going for 4.2 thousand, right? In other words, I'm just highlighting that this tank is very bad, and it is just simply not worth it. Please keep this in mind. I really want to highlight this, so I am going to save some change from your pocket, fellas. Trust me on this one, it's no bueno. And if it happened to be that you got the boxes for yourself, feel free to share your opinion. What do you think about this tank? And did you enjoy playing with it, out of curiosity? And what is your score? Feel free to share that as well. Anyways, what we are doing now, I want to show you Battle of the Dreams. Let's go. Guys, this is the game which I want to show for this tank. This is absolutely glorious. This is the game which I am super excited for you to represent. Fellas, this is the highlight of the peak gameplay with Jäger. It is absolutely amazing. So what do we have, fellas? We have mines. And in the mines, we are going somewhere in the middle to slap the living crap out of the enemies. That was bad aim by me. Not much what I can change about this. We are spotted. We are panicking a bit. Unfortunately, not much what we can change about that. And we are okay. We are okay. We are chilling and we are thinking how we can get maximum use of all of this, what we're supposed to do, and how we can get involved into this game. Do we want to get involved into this game? Looking into the setup, unfortunately, but enemy light tanks has a heal. Right? This is unfortunate, but once again, not much what we can change about this. We are accepting this. Can we go up and try to play with where our Panther 2 is playing? Not really. Unfortunately, we cannot go there because, as you can see, this Panther is taking one for the team. Plus, on top of that, enemy light tank is sitting somewhere over there. So whenever he's saying peekaboo, he's spotting everyone over there. So what we need to do? We need to run away for our life, and we are trying to figure out what we're supposed to do in this situation. Okay. We cannot play the game, we are just simply position locked, it's GG, game over. Now I'm thinking, okay, how we can do? Maybe we can go over Leopatize. Nah, I kind of want to play safe and I want to slap the living crap out of everyone who is playing here. Let's see. Oh, let's load a PCR, so our gun is going to be a solid banana out of 10. Unlucky. Have I ever said this tank has a great camo? Oh, it is amazing. Look at this beautiful angle. Whoopsie, 0.2 accuracy, unfortunate. I'm spotted. Nah, one in the face. That's okay. Not a big surprise. It happens. Let's try to chill here until we are going to get unspotted and life is going to be beautiful, you know? We are going to be fine and we will survive. Let's see, E50, no? Try to peek, you beautiful mother trucker. We have a beautiful angle on you and kaboom! 0.2 accuracy, my butt, fellas. 0.2 accuracy, my butt. Yeah, unfortunate, fellas, unfortunate. It happens, you know, sometimes you are feeling like you are playing with a laser, but unfortunate. And this is the highlight which I want to show what is happening when you have only gun of the tank. And unfortunately, you know, even though you have a gun, but sometimes even the best gun in the world can misbehave. And this is exactly what I am showing, you know. It's just how it goes, fellas. It's just how it goes. So now we are taking our time. So far we have big fat 0 and we are enjoying ourselves. We are having a great time and we are saying, okay, it's fine, we will survive. Let's try to take a bit different angle. Maybe different angle is going to help us and maybe we can flip this game upside down and maybe we can make this beautiful mother trucker work. I believe we can, I believe we will, and I believe we are going to get as much use as we physically and possibly can. Now there is a problem. The camo of this tank is not that great and they have light tanks on top of the hill, so we need to think about a different angle. Trying to take my time to aim, kaboom. First penetration, fellas. And as you can see, definitely my commander of this tank isn't taking the shit from the Jäger. He is completely normal and he's... It's okay. I played with this tank for 70 games. I felt the same way, fellas. I felt the same way after playing with this tank for 70 games. And you know what? We are going to be alright. Meanwhile, can enemies make some silly goose decisions? This is the question and this is what we want to figure out. EBR on top of the hill. Do we have an angle to slap the EBR? We are taking our time and we are thinking, okay, EBR is kind of safe. Over there it's very, very hard to hit him. We do not have that many choices here. It's okay. It is okay. Meanwhile, no. TIII, make a mistake. Leo, Progetto, no. 0.2 accuracy, fellas. 0.2 accuracy. I felt so good playing this game. You have no clue. If you were in the stream whenever I played this game, you saw my mood and you saw how happy I was. And I was so happy, fellas. You could pretty much power the steam engine train from my ears, okay? He would drive 1,000 miles easily without bigger problems whatsoever. That's how happy I was. And that's what I'm talking about. When the tank is one-trick pony and when the tank has to offer only, let's say, gun, you know? Yeah, that's what we have, fellas. Unfortunately, situations like this are happening in this game, and sometimes World of Tanks is just simply not giving it to you. And, you know, some people are putting their tinfoil hats on, some people are saying, I have approved that in some games where gaming is screwing you up, and so on, so on. You can say whatever you want, but you can see the situation, how the things are looking like in the games like this. You know, you just simply cannot do absolutely anything, and it's sad. And it is not the most enjoyable experience, but oh well, what can you do, fellas? What can you do? Okay, can TIII get out of his safe environment and safe place? I would appreciate that. Škoda is making pressure. Kaboom! It is one of the most accurate guns in the World of Tanks. In fact, I do not really know any tanks which has on the paper 0.2 accuracy. Do you? Do you, fellas? Yeah, apart Star Wars, because they have different accuracy in the Sniper Schnitzel mode, you know, or in the Siege mode. It's just weird, not the most enjoyable, and definitely not the best experience ever. And I think it would be very unfair if I would not share a game like this with you when everything is going simply south and you cannot change absolutely anything, and then you are crying and then you are complaining and then you are thinking, what the bloody F. Every and each content creator was saying this tank is bad, and excuse me, every content creator said that their tank is average or the tank is very, very good Sniper Schnitzel, but I cannot make it work. Well, fellas, I do not really think many people will make this tank work to begin with, and I think you need to be extremely lucky in order to make this vehicle work. You know, there is no other way to describe the situation. It's just bunch of nothing. No, fellas, 3 penetrations over 8 minutes. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. Oh, this is penetration. Woo! Fellas, yeah. You can buy it for a small fee of gambling your money in the loot boxes, fellas. Absolutely glorious and absolutely amazing. That's what I have for you today. I hope I made you laugh. I hope I made you smile. And fellas, yeah, that is a quality content if I ever seen one. Thank you very much for watching. Do not buy this Kaku. Do not look into this Kaku. Don't even dream about this Kaku. You haven't lost anything. And if you got it from the boxes which you got, feel free to play a couple of games and feel free to leave the comment down below. What do you think about this vehicle? And for now, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you and see you very, very soon. Skill is out for today. Peace.